Hello everybody, my name is Luz Dary Perez Bonet. I am a student of the course Teaching English to Adolescents and Adults. This is a lesson plan template for the course beginner. The topic is present perfect tense. The main aim is students will be able to use the present perfect tense in writing and spoken language. The specific objectives: by the end of the lesson, the students should be able to consolidate the form and function of present perfect tense. Another one could be understand several situations in which present perfect tense is necessary to use, and finally create sentences relevant to their own lives which put present perfect tense to use. Okay, I am going to start with the activities. Activity description. The word up. Well, first of all, ask your students to share some of the things they are or their family members do every week. Then they have them talk about the actions using complete sentences. For example, a student may share, I go to school, does the dishes, whatever they do in this daily routine. Then they have to write some of the sentences on the board, even if they contain mistakes. It doesn't matter. Finally, we have volunteers that read the examples and correct any mistakes they notice. Okay, the resources is just the board, the timing just 10 minutes, and this is the sources. Okay. Then we have the presentation. In the presentation, we introduce the present perfect tense, which contains a subject, a form of have, and a past participle. Then we explain that a verb in the present perfect tense describes an action that began in the past and is still happening now. Finally, let the students know that past participles can be used in sentences describing actions that have or haven't been taken. In these presentations, we can develop the activity 1, concept attainment, with the yes or no activity. What is this activity? This is a list of examples of present perfect and non-exact examples of present perfect, and the students, they will be given these examples so they can place them in the columns of yes or no as appropriate. For example, like this. We have here a list. We have a list of sentences here, and we have a chart with two columns, with a yes column and a no column. So the students have to put each of these sentences in whatever place they think they are. For example, we have here an example of present perfect. So this is located in the yes column. Alright, I have eaten dinner already. And we have here an examples of present perfect in the no column. I ate dinner at 7 p.m. for example. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 examples. So the student will have to locate them in the columns. All right. In this activity, we present the examples in two columns on the board, and the timing is going to be 10 minutes also. This is the source here. Well, then we have the practice time. We are going to develop the activity 2, a story handout, and this activity will allow students to begin to identify present perfect tense in a natural way by reading a conversation topic in which this student's tense naturally appears. So we give students the story handout. We are going to see the handout at the end of the presentation, and then write on the board present perfect is used to discuss the three main ways in which present perfect was used in the above conversation. For example, as experience, as activity over a period of time, or finally as accomplishment. Right? Those are the three ways in which present perfect was used. Alright? Then we have a students underline each instance of present perfect tense and mark each instance with 1, 2, or 3 to indicate which use of present perfect listed on the board is happening in each sentence. Alright? For this activity, we are going to need the story handout. I am going to give the students the handout, and we're going to need 20 minutes for this activity, to develop this activity. Alright? And next we have the production. This activity 3, what has just happened. Here I'm going to distribute copies of the image what has just happened in two pairs of students. They are going to work in pairs, so and encourage them to discuss what has just happened in each of the 6 image. So I'm going to show you the copy at the end. Alright? Then have them decide together on captions for each image, and when they have finished, partners ask and answer questions related to the pictures using the model "Have you ever?" Here the student have to complete the question. Alright, for this activity we are going to need a copy page. It is at the end. Next I'm going to show you, and we are going to need 20 minutes for this activity. Alright, here we have the assessment. We are going to review of the activity 3. The assertiveness of the answer will be taken into account in each of the 6 images, and which it will be approved if 4 of them are correct, and it will be rejected if 3 or less are not correct. Alright? In the assignment, the students here are going to develop this activity to trust and ally activity. This is a really interesting activity and fun. Have each student write 3 statements about interesting things they have done in their lives. So they have to write it. 2 of the statements should be true, and 1 is gonna to be a lie. Right? For example, I have been to China. I have eaten ants. I have climbed a mountain. So 2 of those sentences has to be true, and 1 just has to be a lie. Alright? Students present the 3 statements into the next class, where we'll ask additional questions to get more information and determine which statement is a lie. The students, the partners, have to find which are the true sentences and which is the sentence that is not true. Alright? This activity can also be done in small groups, and we're going to need notebooks and just 15 minutes for the develop. Alright? Like I said before, we have the activity 2 story handout. This is the copy material that I am going to present to the class. Here, activity 2 story handout, present perfect. This is a small text that the students will be going to read, and they are going to find the present perfect here. This is the second part. Alright, it is a really interesting text. And finally we have the activity 3. What has just happened? This is the copy page. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pictures. So the students have to write what is happening in each picture. Alright? Okay, that's the end. Thank you so much for your time. See you next time.